Hey, Maya and Gal here. Welcome to the Coffee Talkie Show, the podcast for women living abroad. And today we have a special guest with us, Urte. Together we will talk about some discomforts related to life abroad and how we can manage and overcome them by using nervous system regulation. But first, let us introduce you to our guest.
Urte is originally from Lithuania and currently living on the beautiful island of Tenerife. She is a dynamic somatic trauma informed coach, NLP practitioner, and digital nomad. Urte specializes in helping women break free from people pleasing, develop emotional intelligence, embrace ADHD, and manifest their true desires. She is on a mission to heal the world one woman at a time, offering transformative coaching that combines somatic trauma healing and NLP. In her free time, you can find Urte enjoying the island and its beautiful sunset. Plus, she is a person we really adore. We first met virtually on our real Expat talk, and just her energy, we love it so much, so we had to invite her to our podcast. We invite you to grab your coffee and notebook and give a big loving welcome to Urte.
Hi, Urte. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Hi, ladies. Excited to be here today. And I'm so grateful that we get to meet again and talk and we get to share our experience.
I love it. So we'll just dive right into our interview. And let's start with, tell us a little bit about your experience as a woman living abroad.
Ooh, what a broad question. So I would say it's difficult. It's really exciting. It's a lot of growth. It's a lot of fun. It's liberating. And, I've been living outside of Lithuania since 2011, and I've moved around in a few countries. And initially, it was really, 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 really difficult. But then as the time progressed, I started to like this. And now I'm almost craving to live more abroad. Where else can I go? Where else can I try? What other language can I learn? What other ethnicity I can meet? So it's really it's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey.
Oh, wow. Can you tell us a little bit, where did you live up until now?
Yeah, so I'm from Lithuania, and in 2011 I moved to United States. I lived there for 7 years, then I moved to UK, to London specifically. I lived in London for 2.5 years, and now I live in Tenerife, in the Spanish island. I've been here for 1.5 years now. Oof, the time is flying by, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing. When I look back, I think all these countries raised me in a certain way, and it was scary every single time, and then I overcame. And now I think like now that I'm living in a third different country, or like fourth different country, but third different country, or moved a third time. Now I know what to expect, what the process is, and what discomfort and what conditioning I might have to deal from my perspective. So I'm like, okay, can I go again? Can I just go somewhere totally, completely new with the tribes in the Amazon and see if I can go through the same process and not get caught up in the same things? Or like, did I grow at all through this journey? Did I learn anything about myself? So it's interesting.
It's definitely interesting. And I think we always learn something. Even if we go through similar processes again and again, we always learn something. Like we always come out not a different person, but in a different situation than we started.
Absolutely. I totally agree with this. And, some people might say, if you repeat the same mistake over and over again, then you haven't learned anything. And I agree with that statement. But also, if you repeat the same process in a different area with different people, that's when you learn things, right? So it's not that you're repeating the mistakes, it's you're repeating the process and you seeing Did I bring the mistakes from the past to this new process? Am I repeating the same mistakes in a different setting? Or am I growing, maybe not, growing up, but maybe growing wide in this new country, or the same new process, but with the same process but with different people in different locations. So yeah, it's really interesting. It's not the same as repeating the same mistake over and over. It's more about what other areas am I growing into as I'm going through the same process in different areas.
Amazing. I love this because, like you said, you can grow wide as well as up and down, and growth has very, different ways, and it doesn't always have to be forward, up. It's like,
Yeah, exactly. And you recognize more and more things about yourself, as you, let's say if every 3 months you live in a new country, you have to deal with the same things, right? You find a place to live, find maybe a small community, a coffee shop, and things like that. So each time you can see how fast you do this, or, are you repeating some patterns, or maybe you have found your techniques and found your ways to shortcut something. Maybe those things don't matter to you, and you just dive right into some conferences and in foreign language, and you give presentations in public square or something. I don't know.
It's funny because one of the things, like you said, if you are repeating the same mistakes, maybe it means you didn't learn. But the only way you create a system that works for you is by doing the same thing again and again and again, and always like shifting it a little bit so you find what works. That's the only way to figure it out. So when moving abroad, and especially as a digital nomad, when you try to move abroad more than once, like you try to do it as a routine in your life, you need to find your own system in some way that will work. But the only way to get the system is to do it all over again and again until you find the right process.
Absolutely, I agree. And I have a few systems that I want to share with your audience, and how I just immerse myself in a culture right away. And it has helped and it has worked a few times. So, a few things that I do is I always try to find some kind of recreational sport group that I could attend, whether it's Sundays or Tuesdays, or maybe it's like a small yoga studio or Pilates, or even if it's like volleyball that I don't know how to play, but let me just get out there. And by doing that, you will get to know your surroundings, because you might have to GPS and look at the maps where everything is. So you know your surroundings, you meet people, you start learning about the culture, how they're organizing things, how people gather together. Are they very openly sharing things? Are they more reserved? How they greet each other? So it's one of the things that help me every single time when I want to get myself in a culture, is like find a small group gathering of like a team sport or something that's team, and just join it. Just join it. Don't think twice about it. Just join it. And I've done it so many times. I've joined sport clubs where I know nothing about it, and I come in and I say, I know nothing about this. I'm just here to make friends, and people are very receptive to that. So that definitely has helped me. And also um, things like I found myself quite a few times not going or doing activities because of a language barrier, or because everything's just new, and I am, it's presented with small challenges every 5 minutes. Like, oh, I made a wrong turn, or, oh, like I didn't order what I wanted to order. Or, like, oh, that's not what I meant. Or I didn't check the time and now they're closed. So like every 5 to 10 minutes you bump into this challenge, and it can be really frustrating. And because of that, we might limit ourselves from really experiencing living abroad. So I would say, just don't overthink it. Keep going. If something happens, just say, it's okay, I'm learning. Just repeat this to myself. It's okay, I'm learning. Okay, I've learned this now. Now I know for future. Now I know for next time. It's okay, I'm learning. Or go slower. Don't pack your time, don't pack your day, but try to do something a little bit each day. Maybe going on walks, on the same walk every day, and just memorizing the store names or something, or even putting, in your notes, notepads, like, this is where grocery is, this is where barber is. This is where I can get my fresh bread. This is where I can get my teeth fixed and things like that. So just immerse yourself in a culture, but be also kind to yourself internally. Don't don't be negative. Don't criticize. If you make a mistake, if things happen and it's hard, just tell yourself it's okay, I'm learning. It's okay, I'm learning. It's okay, I'm learning. This is a process. I'm not stupid. I'm not anything. I'm just learning. And let it go. Don't overthink it.
I love it so much. It's okay, I'm learning. It's like so simple sometimes to say it, but again, we're sometimes so hard on ourselves and beating ourselves down for mistakes that we make. And when moving abroad, we make so many mistakes. Like you said, every 5 or 10 minutes, it's like, oh man, why did I do this?
Yeah, exactly.
But if you remind yourself that it's a learning process and it's a journey and it's okay. And we were on a seminar and we just heard when you don't understand something, instead of freaking out, just realize that you're learning and then it's okay. It's okay to not understand because you don't know it. And so that's a great opportunity to learn. And of course, you'll make mistakes. That's part of the thing.
Yeah, so let me go to the second question and ask you, like, what inspired you to embark on this digital nomad lifestyle?
Ooh. Oh, you guys ask difficult questions. I don't know how to answer this. I would say the digital nomad lifestyle didn't start until I had a taste of what it's like to work online. I always prioritize freedom, and I think that is the main reason why I left Lithuania in the first place. Is I just wanted to be independent. I just wanted to do things on my own terms and taste the world and just have everything, just everything. And but then after college, I got a job and they allowed us to work from home when there were snow days or Fridays or you don't feel well enough. And I got the taste of what I could do with this opportunity to work from home. And so it wasn't the work from home and digital nomad lifestyle. It wasn't as popular then, and COVID changed a lot of things for a lot of people. And now is I would never go back because I prioritize freedom and it allows me to work, which gives me some structure and some base point. No matter where I go, I know that these are my work hours. So I don't have to think, what do I have to do with my routine in a new place? I just know that this is my anchor and then I can structure things around it. But just having this freedom, having the ability to up and go anywhere I want is amazing. It's my drug. It's my drug, and the because I have the anchor of my work, it allows me to be more flexible and more free in other areas of my life as well. So, like, I'm not as scared to immerse myself in a new culture, try new things, move again, do anything else because I know that I have this anchor that I always have to come back to. And my mind is at ease with that. Everything else, I'm like, yeah, that's fine if I do it or don't do it. It's fine what pace I go at. The rest just loses its significance. So, this whole digital nomad lifestyle, it offers me freedom and it offers me this peace when I'm in a new place. And I would not replace it. I mean, unless I would have to like no work at all. Just, live on the island eating coconuts. That will be the replacement. And putting it in the universe. I'm probably manifesting it right now as I speak. But yes. It inspired me back when.
Wow, that's amazing. And it sounds so amazing and so good and so beautiful when you share it. But I know that there are some challenges on this journey as well. And let's maybe share with us some challenges that you you've encountered along the way, or maybe some moments of discomfort in this style of life that you chose for yourself.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest challenges that was present for me recently, and it still is a little bit present, but it's moving forward, was social life, socializing. I'm single, I'm by myself, I don't have any kids. And when I move, it's usually moving not because I know somebody there. It's because I'm just moving. It's because like it's my idea, and or somehow things just fell into my lap and it was strangers or something. So socializing can be really difficult. Friday night comes, Saturday comes or something, and I want to see a show and I'm by myself. There's nobody to invite me. There's nobody to guide me. And right now in Tenerife, um, the life here is so simple and so basic that websites are almost non-existent. So I don't know where to even get the information from. Like if I want to see a show or go to a club, I don't know where they are, what music they're playing, if there's any fees or tickets that I have to purchase, what time it starts or ends, what's the exact address. I know nothing. So it's really difficult. And the way I've been dealing with it is I've just been, again, throwing myself out there. Friday night, if I see something that I like, I go. And like you mentioned, discomfort, there's a lot of that tension in my body and a lot of thoughts. What am I going to do? What am I going to say? Who am I going to meet? Am I drinking anything? Do I want to eat? How long do I want to be there? It's a lot of questions that you don't ask when you go out with friends because it just kind of happens in the air. But when you're on your own, like I don't know what to do with my body and my hands when I'm at the bar by myself, like so yeah, it's like it's a lot of this discomfort. However, because I notice that my mind is active, I'm asking all these questions, there's a lot of doubt and my body feels tense and I'm almost pausing myself from going out and meeting people. I just give myself space. I sit down 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, 2 hours before I go anywhere. And I talk to myself. I do breathing exercises and I calm my nervous system. And I just really allow myself to feel that discomfort in my body. Maybe it's tight in my stomach. Maybe my shoulders are tense. Maybe I'm clenching on my jaw. Whatever it is, instead of trying to run away and escape it, I allow in those 10 minutes to just feel that discomfort and be okay with it. And just be okay with it. Because if you try to escape, it's going to be more present in your body. It's going to be stronger. If you try to suppress it, we're talking about all kinds of chronic illnesses down the road. So you want to feel how it feels, get familiar with it. And the minute you get familiar with it, you're comfortable with it. So the discomfort becomes your comfort zone. And then you just go out and do things and you learn to, you learn to socialize, you learn to be on your own, you meet people. And the sweet thing that's been coming out of this socializing experience is I've been meeting people that are more of my people instead of given to me by school, universities, neighbors, family, and things like that. These people that I'm meeting, they're on the same mindset, same values. They like same things because I went where I wanted to be, where I wanted to go, and I met the same like-minded people. So I noticed that my adult relationships now are stronger. They're more genuine. They're more connecting, and I'm in a foreign country. Like I don't speak their language, I don't know everything about this. I don't know the culture yet. Just because I was able to sit with my discomfort and I went there where I wanted to go, I'm bringing my people into my life. That will probably never happen in Lithuania because there's so much conditioning and culture that gets in the way. And so out of this challenge of socializing, I'm receiving so much sweetness just simply because I allowed myself to feel the discomfort, make that my comfort zone, and go out.
That's amazing. And I'm sure that for some of the people listening right now, like how can you feel comfortable being uncomfortable? But I know from personal experience that it's possible. And when you achieve that, it's like you said, it's so sweet. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm so uncomfortable right now. But it's actually comfortable. And it sounds, ironic or crazy maybe to some people, but you can get there and then it's amazing. And basically there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can't do when you're feeling comfortable in your discomfort.
Yeah, and I think there is an interesting thing about life abroad and digital nomads and travelers. And the interesting thing is that a lot of times when you're traveling to someplace, you literally do not care about what's going to happen, because you're like in this state of mind of, I'm probably never going to see this person again. So what do I think? What do I care? Like, and I can tell you that when I traveled to Australia, this was the thing. Like in Australia, I would sit in my hostel being uncomfortable because it's like not your house. You have like a lot of people there, and be like, well, so if I'm uncomfortable here, I'd rather be uncomfortable at the bar and just go and sit there. and then you meet people and you're like, well, I literally do not care if you're nice or not, but hey, we're having a good evening, so amazing. And you find interesting people because you attract the right people to you, because like it's right. But then when you leave somewhere, you're like, ooh, I cannot go and sit there by myself. Like what people would think, I might see them tomorrow again. So like, and when you think about it, like,
Yeah.
why? That's so stupid.
It is interesting, isn't it? Like our environment that where we live in, we get so comfortable and we think we start to see patterns, right? And it's whether it's subconscious or not subconscious, but we start to see patterns of how people around us behave. And if we go against the grain, that's scary to your nervous system. Your nervous system is saying, no, 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 no. Your brain is saying, no, no, no. You're going to stand out, you're going to be rejected. Nobody's going to like you. Stay the same. When you're in a new place, you get to be more of who you are. You get to take down all the conditioning that's been given to you, all the stories, whatever it is, and become more of who you really are. Peel down the layers and be the person, the version of yourself that you really want to be. And it's so amazing. It's so amazing. And like you said, you don't care because you think you're not going to meet those people again. So you're relaxed, you're more yourself, you're enjoying your sweet time. And it's so fun. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Oh, it's so much fun, and it makes things easier and smoother. And then you just discover, when you discover yourself in your discomfort, in your comfort, in how you like to do things, but also like you get to enjoy your life way better. And it really doesn't matter if you're living in a place like a digital nomad for a couple of months or a couple of weeks, or you're decided to relocate somewhere and you're like, hey, I'm here to stay for a couple of years. um, you really can enjoy it better.
Yeah. 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 I agree 100%.
So you said to us in the past a beautiful sentence that I want to share with our audience that is related to like these discomforts and those moments of like challenges. And you said, it's not you, it's just feelings. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So, a little bit of my story. When I was growing up, when I was a teenager, I really had intense feelings and emotions present, and it was 100% controlling me. And I had nobody who could teach me emotional regulation in any way. So I thought that it's me. I'm crazy. I'm weird. I'm uncontrollable. I'm super intense and emotional, all these things. And then as I went through my journey and, received coaching certifications, I realized that it's not me. It's just emotions that I'm experiencing. And I have a way to experience it. So if somebody, if our listeners out there feel that they are a little bit more explosive or they anxious, please don't make that a character trait of yourself, because that's not who you are. It's just something you feel and experience because of the way life comes at you or because of your past traumas or whatever else is happening. And that can be processed. That can be learn how to respond to, meaning your anxiety or your anger or something. You can learn how to respond to those feelings, and it passes, it goes, and you back to your natural self of who you really are. So your emotions, your feelings is not who you really are. It's just emotions. It passes through your body. It's gone. You back at, square one or square 10, whichever.
That's so true and so important for people that are listening right now to understand this, that we don't have to take those emotions and make them who we are. And I was guilty of this as well. I'm this stressed person and that's it, and I can't do anything about it. This is who I am. Well, it took me a lot of work, of working with another coach and on myself, and years, actually years, to get to a point where I said, hey, I see this emotion, it comes, and I see it leave, and I'm okay. So it just passes through me, and I feel it. I can express it. It's okay to express the feelings. You don't have to shove it down, shove it down, shove it down. Uh, but it doesn't mean that this is me. I am not anger. I am not stressed. I am not, like, I am me. And those are my feelings, and they will go. And we talk a lot, we simplify it a little bit right now. It sounds so simple, but when you're feeling stressed or anxious or angry, it's like it's a whole body experience sometime. But even then, even if it's your whole body experiencing, it's still not you.
Exactly. Spot on. Spot on. Feelings and emotions, and we mentioned discomfort earlier. Things like discomfort it can be very strong, and it can feel really paralyzing in your body. You can really feel like your body cannot move, and it's a full body experience. But like you said, it's not who you are. You're not becoming shy. You're not becoming you're not losing your mojo or your fire. It's just a lot of emotions and feelings are present for you right now, and it takes on the whole body. Try to find a moment where you can sit back, relax, and just breathe. Literally breathe. Your nervous system will um, go out of fight and flight or freeze, and it's just going to relax a little bit, and your whole body's going to relax with it. So just find your breath.
Amazing. Let's talk a little bit about this nervous system regulation for the people who is hearing this maybe for the first time. What is it? How people can use it to help them with this kind of situations?
Right. So, in the simple terms, nervous system is literally nerves that go from our brain stems down our body. There's three main different nerves that I'm showing number four, but I'm talking about three main nerves that one goes from your brainstem and it ends around your solar plexus. Another one goes a little bit deeper in your stomach, and then the last one, it goes all the way to the bottom of your spine. And that nervous system is like I don't know what to compare it to, but basically it responds to the world first before your brain responds, before your logical thinking responds. Some people might say my heart, whatever, your heart does too, but there's also a nervous system. As you go through life, it's scanning. Your nervous system is scanning everything, people, situations, rooms. It's constantly scanning everything. And if it recognizes something that you experienced before, so let's say like an emotional trauma, if it recognizes a person that's presenting similar behaviors of the person that traumatized you in the past, your nervous system is going to send alerts to your body, and you might start to feel anxious. You might start to react. You might just not like that person for whatever reason. You don't know why. I just met you. I don't like you. But it's because your nervous system is telling you. So it's constantly communicating with you. Now, as we go through life, a lot of trauma happens. And when I say trauma, I mean everything, right? It can be leaving or losing a job. It can be a divorce. It could be your parents yelling at you. It could be getting lost in the city. It could be dental procedure. So a lot of things can be traumatic. It depends on how we perceive that event. So as we go through life, those traumas are stored in our bodies, and our nervous system acts based on that trauma. If you have a lot of trauma, you might be in a heightened nervous system in other ways. In other words, it's called fight or flight response. So you might constantly be in fight or flight response, which means you probably going around town and doing a lot of things. You're constantly in a go, go, go mood, and you don't even realize that you're actually in anxiety 24/7. And then there's a freeze response also, and then there's a rest and digest response. So nervous system regulation is when you learn to recognize where on your nervous system you are, where in your trauma response you are, whether you're freezing, fight or flight, or you rest and digest. And if you're in freezing or fight or flight, you know how to regulate yourself. So you go back into rest and digest. And the way you do it is usually through breathing, some cold showers, also food and exercise that just helps all together. But breathing, cold showers, some body tapping. There's other somatic experiences like shaking, dancing, and there's so many different somatic experiences. But these are like the simple ones that you can reach for right then and there. And when your nervous system is regulated and is healthy and it's more flexible, you go through life with so much more ease, and you have more capacity in your body to carry or to experience that discomfort or anxiety or stress or anger. I hope that answered your question.
It did.
It's amazing and it's so interesting. And I'm sure, like our listeners, I hope you are taking a lot of notes. Like, that's amazing content.
Absolutely. And, a lot of us in the Western world are really on a fried nervous system. Like everything is so working 24/7 all the time. And you can't make any smart decision while you're in this state. You can't really relax. You can't really take care of yourself because you're, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And it's so frustrating. Then we hear a lot of people are getting to burnout, anxiety attacks. I was there as well. And it's like the new trend. Yeah, I'm burnout. Yeah, it's just your nervous system is just fired up. And sometimes it's so simple to regulate it. And you mentioned breathing, cold showers, how easy it is to breathe. It's so easy. You have it with you all the time. It's free. It's like everybody should know about this because we all need it all the time. And sometimes it's so simple. 5 minutes, sit down, pause everything you're doing, breathe. That's it. And that's it. It's that simple. Like I told you, I wish it was more complicated, but it's that simple. And once you understand it, like you have this tool with you all the time. Sure, you don't always have a cold shower, but breathing, you have it with you all the time.
You're right. You're spot on. And the more you work with your nervous system and learn about this and learn to regulate, the more you start to trust it and follow it. I recognize myself now, even when I'm on a date with somebody and I talk to them, I say, ooh, my nervous system does not like this. Not me, but like my nervous system does not like this, or like my nervous system feels safe around you, or my nervous system is telling me I should go and rest, because I'm so in tune and I'm so aware of where am I? Am I getting activated? Am I getting stressed out? Am I relaxed? Is this something really triggering? And I'm going to go into complete freeze and isolation. And I just allow the nervous system to lead my life. And it's been amazing. It's been really amazing.
Amazing. I just love that. And I can totally understand and see it in myself. I think I'm going to take this quote and tell myself, ooh, it's my nervous system. Like instead of, because it's amazing how you sometimes feel it and you cannot understand what it is. So it's just that it's your nervous system talking to you, sending you signals like, hey, this feels good. This doesn't. So you just need to listen to this. It goes straight to my next question. Can you tell us a little bit more about soul connected lifestyle and how women can get in touch with you?
Absolutely. So, soul connected lifestyle came out of the idea that I want to combine three things into what I'm coaching on and into what I'm living by. So, soul, it's because we are souls in a human body, and I work with manifestations, which has a lot to do with your soul work. And I lead my life based on my higher self, on what my soul purpose is. So that's where soul is. Connected is because I have ADHD and I work with women who have ADHD. And I use that word to represent that we're not in any way wrong or broken. We are connected just maybe differently. So soul and connected and lifestyle is because it's a lifestyle, because I live this, I work with this, I coach other women on this. It's been my path and it's going to be my path. And overall, I'm on a, I'm on a mission to heal heal the world by one woman at a time. And that's how I do it. It's through soul connected lifestyle. I teach other women to be in the same soul connected lifestyle. And people can find me for now on Instagram, which is soul connected lifestyle. And if you have any questions, if anybody's interested to working with me, just send me a DM and we'll go from there.
I have goosebumps as you were talking, because I was like, this is spot on. This is so good. And I love your aim and your goal to heal the world one woman at a time. I think we can totally relate to this. It's something that Mayan and I have been talking about a lot. Like, we just want to make this world a better place. And I love this, like, one woman at a time. So spot on.
And
so
we'll get there. We'll get there.
We all get there.
And all the information on how to find you will be also linked to this episode wherever you're listening, so women can
reach out,
find you and work with you and get healed and connected.
Yeah, and regulate their nervous system and just live abroad and enjoy it.
Exactly. And it brings us to the last question of this podcast episode, and it's a question we ask all our guests here, and it's, what is a smooth and positive move abroad means to you?
I would say, well, life is never smooth. That's number one. So understanding that life is never smooth, it's going to make it smooth. Smooth and positive move abroad means to me that I am ready to take on the challenges, that my nervous system is ready to take on the challenges, that my mindset is ready to take on the challenges, and I'm not going to freak out when something goes not according to my plan, but according to maybe divine plan that I'm not aware of. And yeah, that's it. That I'm not going to freak out. I'm going to proceed with my goals, and believing that it's all fun and good.
Amazing.
So simple. And I just love that. Urte, thank you so much for being with us today. I love this episode. I'm sure our listeners will love it as well.
Thank you for having me on here. It was amazing. And we'll stay in touch.
Thank you, Urte, for being here with us today. And thank you for joining us on the Coffee Talkie Show, the podcast for women living abroad. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and gained valuable insights, tips, and inspiration for your journey as an expat.
If you have any questions, comment, or suggestions for future episodes, please feel free to reach out to us via our website or social media. And if you loved what you heard today, please like, follow, and leave us a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform. Until next time, sending positive vibes your way.